So a few weeks ago, we made a video that something was missing from Destiny. I think it resonated with a lot of people. We talked about a certain fantasy element that was missing, but this was right before Guardian Games kicked off. Now, I think many of us were under the assumption that Guardian Games was going to do more than what it did. This is going to be the first class war, Hunters versus Titans versus Warlocks. Who's the best here? And currently right now, Titans have been dominating. And I'm not saying I'm not proud, because I am. I am proud. Titans pulled it together, but the reply that I constantly get on Twitter is, wait a minute, Hunters would be winning had there actually been something there that Hunters wanted. And you know what? I gotta agree. Now, this is not to devalue what Titans have accomplished. This is also not to overlook that there's obviously a lot of Hunters inside of Destiny that just doesn't give a damn about this event. Instead, we really need to dial in on what Guardian Games got wrong. And that to me is the fact that they offered competition with really no competitive reward outside of being able to brag for the rest of the year. Which, by the way, I don't even know how many people are going to wear that thing. I mean, I like mine. You know, it looks good on the Titan class. There's gold shimmering effect here. Plus, you got the lion, Team Lannister, baby. But do you really think your Warlocks are going to wear their silver bond? Do you really think Hunters are going to wear their bronze cloaks? Nah, nobody's going to wear that. So us Titans around here, we're just going to be walking around with a golden butt towel that no one really knows what the hell it is. Now, how could we have made this event more? There needed to be rewards that truly matched the competitive nature that Bungie was trying to present. Now, I'm not talking about Ascended Shards or Enhancement Prisms or just the generic give us more loot, because that always seems to be the thing, right? What do we need from this event? We need more loot, man. I like to think that we need more quality loot. And to me, considering this was a class versus class war, oh boy, we should have went high stakes with it. Guardian Games would have blown it out of the water had there been exotic armor pieces at stake for the win. So think of this scenario, fellas. Bungie comes out, they kind of ruined the surprise, but let's just be real. Just about every Destiny 1 exotic will finally make its way inside of Destiny 2. Armor pieces and exotic weapons. It's just a reality. It's old assets Bungie's able to bring into the game again. Normally they rethink them in some kind of way, but it's an easy thing in comparison to like rethinking an entirely new concept for an exotic. But what if Bungie would have came out and said, listen, the 3 exotics we're going to be bringing back at some point in 2020. It can either be next season, this fall, or better yet, this Christmas. You don't know when, but we're bringing back 3 very popular exotic armor pieces from Destiny 1, which are Twilight Garrison, Bones of AO, and the Ram. Now, I just picked the Ram because why not? I don't know, Warlocks. What's your favorite exotic from D1 that you wish you had in D2? The Ram was one of my favorite. I liked it. Bones of AO was probably the most popular exotic back inside of Destiny 1 for Hunters. I know a lot of people say Stompies, and myself included, think that Stompies are better, but there's still a number of Hunters that want Bones of AO to return. And then, of course, Titans with Twilight Garrison. It's a no-brainer. Every Titan would lose their mind. They will beat their chests to oblivion when they see a Twilight Garrison in front of them. And I don't blame them. I love Twilight. You want to get us to quit using Antaeus wards? Give us Twilight Garrison. But what if Bungie came out and said, listen, whoever wins first place in this Guardian game competition will actually gain that exotic armor piece now, right now. As soon as the event is over, dropping in the wild randomly will be one of these exotics depending on which class wins. Oh boy. I think just about every Titan would rally, even more so than what you see now. On the other side of things, I think every Hunter that's been sitting around saying, listen, we would win had we had good rewards to go after. There it is, man. There it is. And all of a sudden, the fire of competition would have been lit. So back to our video that we made a few weeks ago. Something is missing. I don't think it's loot. I really don't think that's necessarily it. Right now, to me, it's just risks. I love it when Bungie takes risks, and I think you guys do too. The first time we saw Gambit, we were like, holy hell, the hell is this? Oh, this is actually kind of fun. Yeah, even Armor 2.0. As bad as it may have been when it first launched, we kind of scratched our heads and looked at it. We hated the elemental affinities, all of those things. Despite that, I think many of us gave credit to Bungie when they decide to take risks. Guardian Games, just like many of the things that keep occurring season to season, don't seem to be risky endeavors on Bungie's end. But dangling some exotics in front of us, oh, that would have been risky. You're talking about the entire community would have imploded. Maybe not initially, but after the fact. Because there'll be some Hunter out there, or some Titan or Warlock, that's putting in 20-hour days to possibly win to get their favorite exotic, and then they come up short. You bet your ass. They would hit the forums. They would hit Reddit, Twitter, everywhere, talking about how this game is not fair and that they deserve their rewards. At the same time, I think many of us would have enjoyed the competition. As of right now, Guardian Games, no one's really partaking in it outside of getting the exotic heir apparent. Pretty much once you get that, that's all anyone cares about. Or at least that's all I cared about, which is a shame. This was the first time that Bungie actually went on a ledge to pick class versus class, and it simply fell short because the rewards didn't match the competitive nature of it. So it's not all about just raining loot. It's not all about just giving everybody a god roll. It really isn't. It's about dangling something in front of us that truly intrigues us. These are the kind of risks that Bungie has got to take for events going forward, especially events like this. Considering that nothing really took us out of the core playlist, we were still very much playing the same thing we already play week to week. There had to have been something else spicier there to motivate us, more than just a gold medal. So guys, that's just my thoughts. I don't know if Guardian games will ever return. Have no idea, man. But it could be. It could be a reoccurring thing that happens. Maybe every season or every other season. What I do hope for is whether now or in future events, when Bungie decides to have these all-out class competitions or just any competition in general, I would love to see more risks being taken, especially on the reward side of things. And despite whatever backlash, Bungie, that you may receive from it, it'll still become an event that everyone would remember, for good or for bad. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching, and as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.